You're ambitious, you have big dreams. You want to be successful and live the life you've always imagined. But there's one problem: laziness. You know exactly what you should be doing, yet you don't do it, which leads to feelings of guilt. Deep down, you know you're capable of more. This guilt builds up over weeks and months until it turns into acceptance. Then the new year arrives, bringing with it the same goals as last year. At first, you're full of motivation and enthusiasm, but soon, procrastination sneaks in like an uninvited guest. Eventually, it becomes a daily cycle of laziness, and before you know it, you start labeling yourself as a lazy person. So how do you break this cycle and stop procrastinating? There are countless tips on the internet, but most of them only address surface-level problems, like deleting social media or removing distractions. While these methods might help in the short term, they don't tackle the root cause of procrastination: inertia. In physics, inertia is the tendency of objects to remain at rest or in motion unless acted upon by an external force. The same principle applies to our tasks. Getting started requires an initial push, some energy to overcome the resting state. The problem is that we make this first step seem too big and overwhelming, so we avoid the task altogether and turn to easy, dopamine-inducing distractions instead. To overcome procrastination, we need to break inertia. There are 2 ways to do this. Make getting started easier. The hardest part is simply beginning, so lower the entry barrier. For example, if you tell yourself, "I need to write 5,000 words, the task feels overwhelming, and inertia holds you back. But if you say, "I'll just write 50 words, it seems much more manageable." This makes it easier to start without relying purely on willpower. The 2-minute rule. If you don't feel like working, tell yourself you'll do it for just 2 minutes. For example, if you don't want to clean your room, put on a song and clean until the music stops. Most of the time, you'll keep going longer than planned, because, as inertia suggests, objects in motion stay in motion. The key is to give yourself that small initial push. You can apply these methods to any area of your life, whether it's going to the gym, working on a side hustle, or maintaining relationships. As Martin Luther King Jr. once said, "You don't have to see the whole staircase, just take the first step."